Thank you very much, Sister Zainab. Um, we had a very interesting discussion with Dr. Shamili about hijab and haya and ifa and modesty. And there are so many things that we yet need to cover, but because the discussion was so like full on its own, I didn't want to really intrude or what's the other word?
Distract.
What?
Distract.
Interrupt our scholar with my insignificant opinions. But our viewers have thoughts of their own, and that is not insignificant at all. We've got Ahkaam, and today's questions ask, how does hijab differ in namaz, in salah, and times other than salah? Because there are certain things that we don't need to cover and certain protocols we don't need to stick to when when we're praying and there isn't a non-mahram in the room. So our viewer is asking, what is the difference between hijab during prayer and when we're not praying? So we're going to hear about the answer for that from our expert. Our second question asks, my husband is adopted. Who am I mahram to in his family? So how does that work exactly? Does the rules of the normal rules do the normal rules apply in this instance, or is it something different? And the third question is, what is the age of maturity, or when does a girl, which is mentioned here, does a girl become mukallaf? Even though some girls are physically mature later than other girls. So does this physical maturity count as anything at all, or is there a fixed age for girls to become mukallaf? These are the three questions that we've received from our beloved viewers, and we're going to hear the answers from our expert.
Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. One of the questions that is asked is about the differences between the hijab in prayer and other occasions. Actually, there are some differences between the time that you are praying and in other places. One of them is that a woman is obliged to cover all her body when praying, except the face and the hands. And if there is no non-mahram there, she can leave the feet actually uncovered in prayers as well. So faces, hands, and the feet, if there are no non-mahram there watching that woman. So there's another difference in this regard, and that is a woman can even cover her body with tight clothes if there is no non-mahrams. So this is the situation or the condition that we can say that repeats in every differences that we see in the hijab of a woman who is praying. If there is no non-mahram there, she can even cover her body with tight clothes. That we see that this is a difference. She cannot cover her body in other places with tight clothes. And the other difference is that she can have her makeup with the same condition that I told you. If there is no non-mahram there, she can have her makeup when praying. And I'm sure that you know that this makeup, like for example nail polish and whatever you can think of, is actually applied after the wudu. So this is very obvious that these actually substances may actually they are blocking the way of the water to reach the body. So one of the other differences for the hijab of a woman who is praying is that she can have her makeup while praying on her face or on her hands and feet. if there is no non-mahram around and seeing her in that position. One of the sisters has asked us that her husband was adopted. Now, who is she mahram to the family of her husband? We have to know that the adoption does not bring mahramiyya in any ways. This is one of the important points that we have to always know about adoption. And we have to say that if the Islamic rules of making someone mahram to other people is not adopted, no one will become mahram to the other people. So we spoke about the ways of becoming mahram in the previous sessions, and that is the breastfeeding and actually marriage. So we can say that you can refer to the previous sessions for the ways of becoming mahram through these means. So when your husband is not mahram to his stepmother, for example, you are not mahram to his stepfather either. So as for your relationship with your husband's stepfather, you will be mahram to him only if he was breastfed by his stepmom. This is the only case, the only way for you to become mahram to your stepfather, to your husband's stepfather, and there's no other way for you to become mahram to your husband's stepfather. We are asked about the age that a girl becomes mukallaf, and actually we know that it means the age that someone has to observe his or her rituals and Islamic obligations over him or her. According to the popular viewpoint of the maraji', a girl reaches the age of puberty and the age of being mukallaf as soon as she completes 9 lunar years. So regardless of those who will become physically mature, as it is mentioned in the question, regardless of them, for example, becoming mature in the next years, this is the popular viewpoint of the maraji' that a girl becomes mukallaf in the age of 9, and she has to observe her rituals and obligations and Islamic actually obligations. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.